Excuse me.
Just resting my eyes.
You're...
Eli Gold.
Welcome, bienvenue, welcome.
We know you for your roles in Cabaret, The Good Wife, numerous Hollywood films. At what point did you decide you wanted to be an actor?
Initially, I didn't realise you could be an actor. I didn't quite, I just liked, it was something I liked, I knew I was quite good at. And then I realised, a couple of years later that when I'd done a bit more of it, that it might be a good thing for me to do. And it was also, an escape to get away from my father and to get, because if I wanted to do it, to go to drama school, I'd have to go far away to Glasgow. It wouldn't be something I could just study nearby.
You're in Australia right now to talk about your memoir, Not My Father's Son, at the Sydney Writers' Festival. Why did you write this book?
And I'd sort of been toying with the idea of writing something more about my life and sort of experiences I'd had and things I'd learned. So I was in that mode, and then all of a sudden, in 2010, this summer of hell happened to me. I found out my grandfather died playing Russian roulette, and my father told me I wasn't his son, all within a week. So when this happened to me, I thought, if I'm going to try and do something authentic and truthful, then this should be it.
In your memoir, we learn about your father, who was quite violent and emotionally abusive and seemed to take a pleasure in assigning you and your brother these impossible tasks and then beating you if you failed. How hard was it for you to write about these memories?
It was hard. I think initially I survived because for some reason, I understood that my father was wrong. I think perhaps because my mum was so supportive. My father told me I was really worthless and nothing, and my mum told me I was precious, and so I didn't believe either of them.
How do you think your childhood prepared you for a career as an actor?
I certainly have a lot of access to darkness and despair. And I write in the book about how I realised that dealing with my father was kind of the beginning of my studies of acting, and that having to sort of understand the mood he was in, sense the atmosphere, suppress my emotions, or lie to him, or to kind of to placate him. All those things are actually pretty good tenets of acting, and it was a really horrible realisation that maybe some of the things that I'm quite good at as an actor are because I had to be like that in order to deal with my father. It wasn't a pleasant realisation.
My father had only glanced at me across the kitchen table as he spoke, but I had already seen in his eyes the coming storm. And I knew speaking would only make things worse. Make him despise me more, make him pounce sooner. That was the worst bit, the waiting.
I kind of have lived my life backwards a bit, in that when I was a little boy I had to be very, very adult in understanding and dealing with my father, and very adult kind of things of dealing with someone who was out of control and so frightening and so kind of volatile. So that now I think I've kind of embraced childhood, or a childlike wonder and things. I think that those are really great qualities, especially even in my work. I think actually acting should be just like playing.
Nasty people want to have you for their supper, but if you follow me, you can all be free, you can all be free.
I've turned my life around from something that could have really crippled me and held me back emotionally in all sorts of ways. I've confronted, and my mum and my brother and I have all done that, and we've come through it, and we're not only very happy and very close, but we are able to talk about it now.
What was one of the most challenging chapters to write in the book?
Actually, I think in a funny sort of way, the acknowledgements at the end were really difficult, because I say in the acknowledgements that I forgive my father, and I do, but I never said that aloud. It's easier to write than it is to say.
Great. Thank you so much.
Last month you received the Safe Horizon Humanitarian Award for your commitment to raising awareness about child abuse. What did that award mean to you?
It was just a really great thing to get an award for something that meant so much to me and for something that I had done kind of inadvertently that has meant so much to so many people.
I share this award with my mum. And my brother. Because they really are the champions. They've supported me through this, and I told their story too, and they're not here tonight to be honoured, but they really deserve to be. Thank you.
Airing things is all, I think, and it's for me, I've, over the course of my life, I don't think there's any situation I've been in where I have regretted speaking up and just saying what I thought. And, you know, that's an invitation for other people to do that. They may disagree with you, but, you know, that's... Not talking is not understanding. And not talking is kind of being in denial or inviting denial because you're not allowing the conversation to happen.